Welcome to Nebraska Preps Postgame with your hosts, Mike Sautter and Jacob Padilla.
Hey everyone, welcome in another episode of Nebraska Preps Postgame. Mike Sautter, Jacob Padilla. We took a week off for, holiday break, and
turns out it's hard to coordinate schedules when there's
Christmas
holiday
Eve
going
on
on.
Wednesday and all that, and games were happening in the afternoon that we wanted to be at.
So. And Austin needed to celebrate at different places all over the state, so he was out for a bit.
Wow, sorry that I'm from different places in the state. Not everyone can be rooted in one city, JP.
Yeah. Get out to western Nebraska once.
He did. He went to Ashland.
That's like a suburb, by the way. That's why I don't. Like, to me, going to like a Wahoo or an Ashland is literally like going around the corner. Like, from my house now, West
Going
Omaha,
around a corner eventually.
No, from my house, West Omaha, it is closer to Ashland or Wahoo than it is Bellevue West. Easily closer. No, by time and miles and all of it. Yeah.
Some of us aren't West Omaha people, Mike.
You kind of are. Depends on your definition of where West Omaha starts.
I'm like the middle of Ralston, Millard, and Papillion.
Depends on your definition of where West Omaha starts. If you think it starts at 72nd Street, then
okay, we don't need to get in this conversation again.
Getting a win in West Omaha was Lincoln North Star.
Let's run through some of the notable results that we missed.
Notable results would be Monday, Tuesday, what Lincoln North Star boys did.
Yeah, we don't have an updated coaches poll yet. You were nice enough to give coaches the holiday off for some reason. I don't know why.
Because we took the week off. It was only 2 days of games.
Bad week for it, though, because number one lost.
Didn't work out great. Number one lost. Lincoln North Star beat Millard North, but before that, they handled Westview.
Yeah, I was there for that one, and they held Westview to 29% shooting.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So, defensively, the way they fly around, they've got like Castor's just a chaos agent creating turnovers all over the place, and they were really impressive. They didn't play great, and they put up offensively and put up 76 points. Like Jayshawn Afu came off the bench, dropped in 16, really got cooking. So they have multiple different guys making an impact. So they got that win and then carried that into Tuesday where. You were there for that one.
I was. Millard North, Lincoln North Star, Millard North game.
57-52 win for North Star. And
I don't know if it was that close, to be honest.
Millard North. But, the crazy thing is North Star shot 37% from the field and 31% from three and won. They were
tougher. They were the tougher team that day. They played way harder that game.
Difference of the game, 14-6 in turnovers.
Yeah.
North Star created turnovers, Millard North did not. Yeah. And that goes to the toughness, the handling the pressure. The way that North Star is going to play. Got to be ready for it, and Millard North apparently wasn't.
Yeah, North Star is going to play hard. Like, they're going to play hard. North Star was up basically the whole game by double digits, and then Millard North came back and closed it out. Corian Gatlin was great in the second half for Millard North, hit some big shots. Castor got in a little bit of foul trouble, so that maybe affected that a little bit. But it was a good high school game. It was good enough. But if I'm Millard North, the takeaway from that one game is okay. We need to be crisper, like passing wise. There was some just lazy passes and one-handed,
can't do against North Star.
Yeah, you need to be like play off 2 feet, be real, kind of fundamentally sound. And do I think Millard North's gonna be fine? Absolutely. But I also think that North Star, hey man, like if we had a coaches poll, they'd I think clearly be number one after what they did in those 2 days.
Yeah, and they dropped their season opener to Lincoln Southeast. Yeah. First game of the year, real close down to the very end. And then since then, they've just been winning, reeling these off. And
Southeast is pretty good now, too. Like, let's not – Coach Warning does a great job.
Senior-heavy bunch there with one or two young guys that are making a real impact for them. So, Yeah, North Star, the caster, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. Like, he just ultimate stat sheet stuffer with all the ways that he impacts the game. You mentioned Gallatin finished with 17. Major Monster took 3 shots, scored 5 points.
Gotta have more.
Like, yeah, whatever led to that happening, like, that can't happen with one of your senior leaders there. And
back to Castro real fast while I'm just on it. He's averaging 6 rebounds and 7.2 assists a game this season, and only 2 turnovers.
He had a 16-assist game earlier in the year.
That's fantastic. Those numbers are fantastic. Like 16.7 points, 6 rebounds, 7.2 assists, 3.5 steals, and only 2 turnovers.
He just plays so hard all the time, just flying around all over the place. Again, like just chaos agent, both ends of the floor. He just makes stuff happen. And
okay, go ahead.
You got that guy leading your way, then they're running into the team that we thought they might be preseason. Obviously, the early stumble, but they're looking pretty strong now. And so we'll see how they continue into the year. They got the big one coming up on Friday against Lincoln Southwest.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
that's going to be fast.
Oh, yeah, the guard matchup in that with the way the Sanders twins have been playing. Uzziah and Micaiah.
Playing great.
Micaiah had a 33-point game recently. Uzziah has been tearing up. Both guys averaging like 20-plus a game. So, like, that's going to be a lot of fun seeing those two go at Castor and
Southwest
and that
is unbeaten, too. So,
yeah,
it's going to be a good game.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is this, I mean, it's early, but is this the best chance that Lincoln has to claim a state championship?
In a while, yeah. In the last...
Yeah, I'm trying to think...
over a decade, isn't it?
About, yeah.
Trying to think the farthest the Lincoln teams have made it over the last handful of years.
We had a couple of years in there were no Lincoln teams in there.
Yeah.
So.
Southwest made it like 2 years ago, right?
Southeast last year, yes.
Last year,
Southeast,
right.
yeah.
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 Southeast had a good team last year.
Yes. Well, Southeast and North Star had that crazy ending.
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah.
And, I mean, North Star, couple years, they made it past the first round, I believe. But, yeah, and they've... Again, with what the landscape is, everybody's got their best chance in a while. Outside of Bellevue West or Millard North, who have obviously been there every year. So,
I do think. I mean, I to your point, I do think that it's pretty wide open. We've said that, I guess, all year.
Yeah.
And it looks like it is. More and more, we thought, okay, Millard North kind of rising a little bit, and now maybe it's North Star rising a little bit. But I do think
it's gonna,
I guess I think I've said this to at least a handful of people. I don't think publicly yet, but I do think like the top 12, 15, like any given night, any matchup, someone could win. Yeah. Which is great. It's fun. Like, it's a lot more fun that way than it is like, they're
it's great seeing, like, individually, it's great seeing 4 stars walk around all over the place. But in terms of just sheer competition and just unpredictability of the season, the season is shaping up to be exactly what we thought it was.
Right, yeah.
And speaking of unpredictability outside of North Star, just a lot of kind of up and down results last week that further reinforce this point. Mentioned Millard North, they beat Omaha Central on Friday. 47 or Thursday, whatever. Yeah, Friday. 47-37. Absolute grinder. I was there watching that one. Millard North shot 35% from the field and won because they held Central to 20%. It was ugly, but good defense by Millard North. And the most noteworthy thing there is that Trolley Aikens is back.
Yeah.
Missed the start of the year with a hamstring injury on a minutes limit to start the season. They're easing him back in, but you could right away. He already started making some plays, and you can see how his length and athleticism is going to make a difference for them. So for them moving forward, it's good to have him back in the lineup, and as they continue to kind of reintegrate him with that group. And for Central, Nathan Stavnik is also playing. He was transferred from Westview that wasn't eligible to start the season. He, after Central lost to Millard North, they went and played a close game with Abraham Lincoln, 60-52 over at the MAC shootout. Stavnik had 15 points, 6 rebounds, 4 steals, and 3 blocks in that game. So I think that's a guy that's probably Yeah, I don't know that he's going to be that every single game, but he's certainly capable of it, and he's a really good shot blocker. So he had some length, some athleticism to that group that was obviously guard heavy previously. But they had 19 turnovers, and so he ended up losing that game. But then Central bounced back and beat Papillion the Vista to kind of close out before the break, 65-57. It was 42-41 after 3 quarters, and Central owned the fourth, 23-16. Lazare Houston, 16 points, 5 boards, and then 13 points apiece for Antonio De Leon and Jalen Partridge. So you're getting those guys contributing in addition to what Haynes has done kind of on a nightly basis for them. Then you got a chance to secure some big wins, and that's what they did. Bryce Vignes had 20 points. They didn't really have an answer for him inside, and Preston Avalon had 16 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, but Papillion Vista shot 2 of 16 from 3. And so that's going to be tough to keep up when you're shooting like that. So good win for Central after a tough previous week. Yeah. So they head into the break in high spirits there. Creighton Prep destroyed Millard South 78-50, and then followed up with Christmas in the Cage, and Bellevue West
lost to Bellevue West.
Yeah, rallied to win 73-63 with a 48-28 second half. AJ, you were there. What did you see?
Well, that was very surprising from Bellevue West, just in the fact that Bryce Johnson just tore it up in the third. And I was texting you during that as well, that the entirety of the third quarter, and talking to Bryce afterward as well, when he wants to take over the game, he will. It's just a matter of almost allowing him to do so, and I think maybe he needed to be told that at halftime. Whatever the case was, I don't know if it was a change in defense or if he just got more aggressive. Whatever it turned out to be, he was by far the difference maker in that game, and really Creighton Prep had no reason to lose that because they were in control heading into half. They do all the halftime festivities. They had the crowd on their side, and it just slipped through their fingers, and it was all because of one Bryce Johnson.
Yeah. Before we get back to the actual analysis, what was your favorite part of the halftime skit?
Ooh, that's, honestly, every time Grandma gets run over by a reindeer, it sets the tone for the rest of it, because whoever the Grinch was this year just went all out. I mean, that guy's shoulder has to be out permanently. He wasn't wrapping up. He was just straight trucking people. He was hitting the hit stick. It was phenomenal. Great stuff. Also, did bring my fiance. Her favorite part is the advent calendar. The change of the quarters. It's very slight and simple, but it's so unique and so well done. Even the little flame on top of the hats, perfect. Yeah. Perfect.
No, I really enjoy how much fun they have with that and how much everybody involved embraces it and just, like you said, goes all out.
Oh, yeah.
If you have not been to a Christmas in the Cage at any point, I suggest going at some point.
And I want to make a pitch, too. And I know that, obviously, the schedule of Christmas in the Cage and the schedule of the basketball season don't always overlap. That should be a marquee game every single year. Yeah. And I know you guys talked about that, it's not always the biggest game on their schedule. That Bellevue West crowd added into it, and they enjoyed it as well. Everyone had their phones out. I mean, it was phenomenal. If we can keep that energy going, I think it's well worth it to make sure that it's always a big matchup.
No doubt. Big fan of that, but big fan of Bryce Johnson after what he did. Finished with 25 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. And the key about him for Bellevue West is to put him in positions where he can go to work without having to do too much, because he can get a little turnover prone if the ball sticks with him and you really crowd the driving lanes or whatever. But he was clean in this one and went off, had a big game. Braden Morrow, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. So you get that kind of production from your backcourt, you've got a chance to win at a high rate, and that's what they did. And got 11 points from Pierce Parker as well, and we talked about Amari Smith, Pierce Parker, the guys that have been the extras. Like when those guys are contributing points in addition to other things, and that's when Bellevue West is at its best. So big win for them. They did follow that up with a loss to Oak Park down in Kansas City, but that's the same team that beat Millard North by 20. And Bell West lost 74-65, so pretty competitive in that one. They had 20 turnovers. Shot the ball well from the field, but you turn it over 20 times, then it's going to be tough to win against a team as good as Oak Park appears to be. But they got 11 points and 5 rebounds apiece from Carson Schultz and Jacob Coyer, and 9 from Parker. So again, those other guys, when they're contributing, then you got to feel good about Bellevue West chances there.
I still like Creighton Prep, too. That's the other part. And I think that's what's get lost in the shuffle of this, is that they're still going to be good. They're still going to be competitive, and they're going to be in that race. But I don't know. It's just there was something about whatever Bryce had. He must have felt as convicted as the rest of the crowd was for Christmas in the Cage. The energy was there.
That was a really impressive win against Millard. I know Millard South was dealing with an illness that whole week, kind of ran through the entire team. I think they had like 2 kids on the whole team that didn't end up getting sick. But, they lost by 28 there. Sam Bonet had an awesome game for them, just came out raining threes right away. And But credit to Millard South for, again, fighting through that and then bouncing back because they went out to Arizona after that, went 2-1 out there. All 3 competitive games, played well. Kobe Myers had a double-double in all 3 games. Carter Margheim had 31 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists in their last game there to end the trip on a high note. So good for Millard South to kind of bounce back there. Those are, I think, most of the noteworthy results that we missed. Looking ahead, mentioned the Southwest and Lincoln North Star game. You've got Papillion La Vista at Abraham Lincoln as well. So just Abraham Lincoln plays like 3 or 4 Class A teams over
which is
throughout
good,
the season.
They're
It's
a
a
nice
good team.
team.
Yeah.
They need to kind of. It's good that people are scheduling them over here because if not, it helps them a lot too. As far as AL, AL's got a good team.
Yeah, so that'll be another fun. And then the Metro Holiday Tournament that we'll talk about at the end of this.
Can we go back to Lincoln High while you were talking? I looked it up. The last time Lincoln Public Schools made a final was 2009. And that was Lincoln Southwest made a final in 2009, and Lincoln High made the final in 2008. Or were runner-up. Those are runner-ups. 2003, Lincoln Southeast was a runner-up. 2003. And 2001, Lincoln East won a state title. So, yeah.
So that explains why I couldn't remember it, because that was
you
before.
were barely alive.
Yeah, no. I was in high school the last time a Lincoln team made a semifinal and definitely was not covering high school ball yet. So
2009, Lincoln Southeast was 3rd place.
Yeah.
So 2003 was the last time they were runner-up.
So, yeah, this could be the year.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, it's been a long time since a LPS, Lincoln Public Schools team, won a boys basketball state title. It's over a decade ago. Actually, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
2001.
Yeah. Hit on Class B results, and then we'll circle back to the Metro tournament. So in B, the EMC tournament, most of it was last week. The final is on Tuesday. And before that, 2 EMC teams, Bennington and Gretna East, they were on the opposite sides of the bracket, fortunately, but they faced off, and Bennington got a big win, 84-79. We talked about the start of the season that East was off to. And Bennington has struggled a little bit early on, a tough schedule though. But put up 84 points. And
that's a lot.
Yeah, Brady Nichols, 20 points, 6 of 8 from 3. As a team, they went 12 of 24 from the 3-point line. You had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Landon McCarville. Blaze Jong, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. So just a really good all-around team performance there. And that's kind of what Bennington needs. They need those guys in particular to kind of be leading the way for them. And they certainly did in this one. Drake Brown had 29 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And Jake Hawley had 18 points, 5 boards, and 4 assists. And Hawley's a guy that they need to kind of step up and, at this point, be their number 2 the way that he's been playing. Brown's been putting up some big numbers, but they kind of need to be less one-person reliant. But it's a big win for Bennington, who then followed up with an EMC semi-loss to Elkhorn North, 79-57.
They're figuring it out over there at Elkhorn North a little bit.
Well, when Sutton Piatkowski hits six threes, it's going to be tough to beat them.
Yeah, it's going to be virtually impossible.
Yeah, he finished with 29 points, 9 boards, 8 of 13 from the field, 6 of 10 from 3, 7 of 8 from the line. He was phenomenal. Could have had a chance to go for the school scoring record late, but ended up passing up 2 shots that he could have taken, which good on Sutton. That's not typically what you see from him, but just great game for him. And Carter Peterson, 18 points, 5 rebounds, and taking good shots, 7 of 12 from the field, hit 2 threes. He's a guy that's made a big leap. Yeah, I watched him during summer too. I was like, oh, okay, there's something happening here.
Monday, that's why you go to Monday Night Summer League and just watch, because I was like, whoa, that guy's gonna have a big year for them. So hopefully he keeps it up. So I'm right.
In the other semi, Norris beat Gretna East 64-57. So good spirited effort from Gretna East to keep that within striking range, and they made a push late to kind of get back into it. But McCoy Folkerts, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 of 10 from the field, 4-7 from 3. Chris Gardner Jr., 14 points. And then Shane Holen back. He's a guy that missed the start of the year, broke his leg during the football season. He's going to make a big difference for them. Had 12 points, 4 rebounds in this one. Really efficient. And so Norris advances.
Norris gets Elkhorn North in the EMC final, which is Tuesday at 1:30.
Yep. And then
or 1:30. Yep.
And then it'll be
the girls' game.
Yeah,
after.
Bennington and Norris on the girls' side in the final, which top seeds there. And Bennington's hosting. Yeah.
Bennington girls are very good.
They are very good. Yes.
Yeah.
And I saw the injury for Norris to one of their better players. Hopefully she's okay. Hopefully it wasn't too serious, because that would be a bummer. But so good to see kind of the as expected chalk in the EMC for the most part. The best teams advance, so that'll be a fun day of finals there. Gretna East, they beat Gretna again, second time this season after they beat 57-52, but again another close one. So that was a bounce back after the loss to Bennington. Drake Brown at 18 and Jake Hawley at 14 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. So what else do we got? Wahoo had a tough week.
Yeah.
They
Ashland.
Yeah.
We were both at that game. Yeah.
And they lost to Standing Bear 39-36.
Yeah.
Just scored 36 points.
Not great.
Could not get the ball through the rim. But it was a good game against Ashland-Greenwood. AG just kind of pulled it away at the end there. And Ethan Raby, I think, once he gets back for Wahoo, that's going to make a huge difference. He's exactly what they're missing. Shooting, plays really hard, gives them some offensive skill, and I think those football players will continue to kind of round into basketball shape the further we go. So I think they'll be okay, but tough start to the season for Wahoo.
Yeah, I mean, okay, go ahead.
No.
I was going to say C1, like Ashland-Greenwood, everyone pegged they return everybody from a state championship team. They still have a lot they can get better at and work on. But, like, beating Scott 60-53 is a big win, too, there.
Yeah,
like, that's a big win.
Yeah, and I wrote about this. You can go read it on NEBPreps.com. Just why this game, like the number 2 team in Class B, number 2 team in C1 in our previous poll, just playing before the holiday break. Why? It's because both coaches played for Dan Moore and were high school teammates out at North Platte. And Dan was there. It was cool to go watch those two, Jacob Mose and Kyle Jurgens face off. It was a really good game, fun. George Zebo was awesome, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks.
He's a large man.
Yeah, but credit to Ashland-Greenwood pulling it out. Obviously, home court, felt comfortable there, but Derek Tonjes was phenomenal. And kind of that was one of the questions, all right, how does Ashland deal with a team like Scott with Zebo inside and what he's able to do? And their game plan was terrific. Like Tonjes had 21 points, 4 assists too. He accounted for, I think, their first 14 points, either scoring or assisting. Came off the bench, was just making great decisions of when to shoot, when to not force it. And they had a great plan of basically Tonjes got to his spots and got to his shots without Zebo there to bother him. So they did a great job there of putting him in positions to be successful because Zebo got, again, 3 blocks, got a few other guys. And then Cal Kissinger, who did not score in the first half, had a tough time, came alive in the third quarter, scored 9 in the third, and then made a couple of big plays in the fourth as well. And Tonjes and Kissinger, the lead guys there, Cooper Westerhold as well. But Cooper Westerhold either didn't score 2 points, but they had 8 points from Landon Mose. They had 8 points from Barrett Kittrell, including 5 in the fourth quarter with a big 3.
Barrett Kittrell can hit you with that 3.
Yeah.
He did against Wahoo to open the game in the corner. I was like, whoa.
And if you're not aware, he's a football lineman. So a big dude out there, 6'4", 270, whatever he is, out there splashing threes.
Yes.
So it's kind of fun to watch. And then they got 8 off the bench from Jack Johnson as well on some big plays. And he's 6'2", forward. He was guarding Zebo for much of that game and did a pretty good job as much as you can expect. Ashland-Greenwood, that's a big win. Scott, they'll be okay. But Ashland-Greenwood strong at the top there, and then Ogallala we know is off to such a great start as well. And
AG has their holiday tournament with Aurora, Roncalli, and Lincoln Christian in it, so tougher-ish.
Yeah.
And then in C1, Ogallala goes to DC West for their holiday tournament, which is Ogallala, Beatrice, DC West.
Yeah,
forgetting somebody else. I forget the first.
Beatrice, DC West, Gross.
Yeah. Gross is off to a good start.
Yeah.
So that holiday tournament at DC West is going to be good too.
Yep. Outside of that, we mentioned the EMC final. Scott against Scottsbluff at Doane. You and I are both going to head out there after we record this. The Doane holiday tournament. Yeah.
That's a big
Crete's out there as well with Maryville out of Missouri.
Big
is
Class
4
B
teams.
game there.
Yeah, and the boys, girls there in that tournament. So we'll be out there watching that. Yeah, huge Scottsbluff rematch we saw from state tournament last year.
Speaking of the holiday tournaments, on the girls' side, I missed it. So Beatrice, Scottsbluff play at DC West in that holiday tournament. That's the first round of the holiday tournament at DC West. That's a great girls' game.
Ogallala,
yeah. Sorry, Beatrice, Ogallala play at DC West. That's a pretty big game.
Yeah, and if you're just a Metro basketball fan, it's worth heading out there to see Ogallala boys play because it's the only
they play fast.
Yes.
So they play Beatrice, which you can't have two opposite paces of play. So that one will be very interesting to see how that goes. So,
yep.
Yeah.
And then Scott also faces Sioux City East on Friday.
Yeah.
So
East
typically
is traditionally good.
Yeah.
So.
And then C1, you mentioned Ashland-Greenwood. One other noteworthy result, Mount Michael, 49-48 to hand Gross their first loss of the season.
Scored
6 points in the last
30-ish seconds.
Yeah.
I watched they posted some highlights of it. I watched. I was like, how did this happen?
How it happened? Connor Saul 3, and then they got it back in Paxson Thies and won.
Turnover. Yeah.
So those two had 15 and 11 points respectively to lead the way. So Mount Michael off to a good start. We know Gross is again, that was their first loss. So two good teams there, and ended up being a fantastic finish. And that was out at Mount Michael, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So and the crazy playing out there, that
small,
tiny little gym,
tough
crowd on top of you. So I can't imagine how crazy it was in that gym in the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's everything that I had, and kind of the
let's look at before
results.
we get out of here. Let's look at the Metro Holiday Tournament and brackets.
Although I forgot the upcoming games in C1. Mount Michael, they got Wahoo and GICC. Coming up, and then also
that's the Wahoo tournament.
I'm not. No, those are just I think regular games.
Oh, okay. There's a Wahoo tournament. There should
maybe
has been a Wahoo Newman kind of tournament.
Yeah. And then the other one, Donovan Trumbull at Omaha Concordia.
Oh,
so DT coming here.
When's that?
That's at Friday. So after we get through the holiday tournament stuff.
Like January Friday.
Yes.
Like the 9th.
No, it's
the 2nd.
Dang,
there's a lot going on in the 2nd.
Believe. Yes, very much so.
There's a lot. That day.
So Donovan Trumbull, Jack Poppy, Parker Volk. I've talked about those guys on this pod several times. Fun team to watch. So that should be a fun one.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's look at the
Metro Holiday Tournament. So let's start on the girls' side, I guess. So Millard West is the number 1 seed. Yeah. We expect them to be pretty well. And then the interesting match was 8-9 is Bellevue West, Millard South. I think that one.
Both teams. Millard South had an injury in the summer that knocked out one of their better players. Bellevue West lost one of their starters. She moved out of state.
We also have a full-blown, full roster, everyone's eligible Omaha North girls basketball team, which is the 4 seed.
Yeah, that's a tough 4 seed.
So
and they get Central in the first game, which obviously a few of those girls came from Central.
So that's very interesting. And then Millard North is the 2. Marion, Elkhorn South is in there. Papio South is another interesting game, just the rivalry piece.
Yeah. Well, and Addison Medic was hurt to start the year. Wasn't playing at first, so we'll kind of working her back in.
She's back. That matters a ton.
Yeah. So with her, them as 11 seeds, a little different.
Yeah. So could be an interesting if seeds hold Omaha North and Millard West in a semifinal on Friday on the girls' side, if seeds hold. I'm not predicting it. I'm going to say it again, if the seeds hold, because I know people will like to say I said something when I didn't. Okay, on the boys' side, Millard North is the one. I think this is pretty open, especially like the quarterfinals could be really good.
And again, just like we said, Millard North is looking like they're rising up and kind of establish themselves, and then they take a loss right before the tournament starts.
Right. But it could be a refocus thing.
That is very true as well.
Thing. So you have Millard North's the one. The 8-9 is Westview, Papio South. Yeah. Kind of dangerous, both those teams.
And we know Levi Webb's played very well in this tournament last year.
Yeah,
help them win it.
Prep Bellevue West is another one. Well, Prep plays Omaha North, and then they're the 5, and then the 4 is Bell West, Elkhorn South. So it could be a rematch if both those teams win of a game that we just saw that was close-ish, and then in a much different environment.
Yes.
Then Papio's,
although it's still same gym.
Right. Papio's the 3, Central's the 6, Millard West is the 11. Dangerous with like Vince Long playing really well there for Millard West.
And Cade Walker's back for them now, so
back,
that adds
matters
a lot.
And then Millard South Benson is intriguing.
And I think Gonar might be back there. He
matters a ton for Benson.
Yeah. Benson, they almost beat Central. They took Central to overtime in the OPS final with him, and then lost by 40 to Westview without him. So, quite a difference he makes, and he is a fun player to watch. Like if you're just looking for players to watch, like he's a guy you're probably not going to see a lot of Benson games. He's a guy that is definitely worth watching because he just does a lot.
And then Westside's the 2. So, like it could be. It's pretty open. Like I think it could be pretty entertaining. To be honest, it's like if seeds hold, there could be some matchups. You look down the road, you're like, whoa, okay, that's could be pretty good. So.
Well, and kind of just the topsy-turvy nature of the season. Like the seeding is probably. It made sense when they put the seedings, and since then,
but you had to
it's all jumbled around. Like you could put any of the top 6 seeds. You could probably throw them in whatever order you want.
So the boys start on Tuesday the 30th, and then there are games on New Year's Eve. Traditionally there are.
They just get them done early.
Yeah, they're just the last one. I think is 5:15. Yeah, on the boys' side. Boys and girls same schedule. Boys is at Prep, girls is at Bellevue West this year. So they just flip them every year.
Yep, and then for the semis
and finals they're at Prep.
Oh, Prep. Yep.
Yeah. So you have Tuesday the 30th, full day. There's full day basically every day. If you want to watch the consolation games. Yeah. Or the teams that lost the first round, their first games, it's a guarantee of 2. So
consolation works.
Yeah, we're going to call it. Yeah. Okay. Non-winners games. I've seen that before, which drove me nuts. So consolation games. So there's 12:30, December 30th, December 31st. Friday, the 2nd is the semis, along with consolation games starting in the morning. And then the finals are Saturday the 3rd, I think, 5 and 7:15, right?
Ish.
Yeah, at Prep. The girls and boys final both will be at Prep on Saturday the 3rd.
Yep. So we'll be between our video team, you and I. We're gonna have full coverage of the boys and girls Metro tournaments as we get into it more, and so look out for stuff on our social feeds from that. Again, I'll be there with updates for most of the games at Prep. You'll be checking in and out depending on what else you got going on. So we'll have full coverage of the.
I'm gonna go see Oglewell.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, and then I have Husker basketball stuff we're gonna do. So
we'll recap all that next week. But before we get out of here, going to end with some shout outs from the week and a half or so that we missed. First, got to start with Fullerton junior Kane Wedovic, 46 points, 20 of 30 from the field, 3 of 9 from 3, 3 of 3 from the line, 15 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks in a 61-51 win at Twin River. So he had 46 points. Twin River had 51. Yeah. So good. That's a new high for the season. That 46, I believe, is the bar that has been set. So big performance from Wedovic there, and off to a great start to the season. Garden County senior Lane Brenneman had a 30-20 game. 32 points, 50% from the field, 20 rebounds, including 13 on offense, 4 assists, and 3 steals in a 70-58 win against Bayard. Adams Central Jr. Hunter Neppel, 36 points on 14 and 24 from the field, including 8 of 13 from 3, 12 rebounds, including 5 on the offensive end, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks in a 76-42 win against St. Paul. Unfortunately for Adams Central, significant injury for Neppel in their following game, so that changes things dramatically for them and for him and for that class.
Kind of stinks.
It's especially coming off of such a great performance to see something like that happen. Just feel hoping for speedy recovery. Everything goes smoothly for him, and we'll see him back on the court. And then finally, a pair of seniors from Hitchcock County, Adam Kisker and Jace Howell. Kisker had 24 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals in a 73-44 win at Medicine Valley, and then followed it up with 30 points and 11-21 from the field, 7-9 from the line, 17 rebounds, including 5 offensive, with 4 steals and an assist in a 71-53 win against Pawnee City. In those same games, Howell had 25 points on 10 of 15 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 4 of 5 from the line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block against Medicine Valley, and then follow that up with 31 points, 19 rebounds, including 11 on offense, a steal, and 2 blocks against Pawnee City. So, massive week for those two guys. And that is all I've got for this episode.
Wow. Okay. We talked about a lot. And that will do it for Nebraska Preps Postgame.
A Hurrdat Sports Network production.